President Donald Trump's spending bill faces an uncertain future as its impacts become more clear. A new analysis from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says the bill would balloon the deficit by $2.4 trillion over the next decade and force 16 million people to lose health insurance as a result of changes to programs like Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act tax credits. Republicans, who have dubbed this the Big Beautiful Bill, can only afford to lose 3 votes in the Senate.
I think we'll get there. What it'll be exactly, I don't know, but I think we'll get there because I think failure is not an option.
And today, new signs of a weakening economy. A new federal report shows the economy contracted in the last 6 weeks due to businesses worrying about tariffs. And a new jobs report shows growth in the private sector nearly stalled last month with just 37,000 positions added, the weakest total in more than 2 years. Local Congressman Michael Baumgartner voted to pass the Big Beautiful Bill in the House despite pushback from many of his constituents in Spokane.
The bill could cause thousands of people to lose health care coverage, and it could also create big changes to student loans. Derek Strom is live at WSU Spokane, which could see a big drop in enrollment.
Derek, Kirsten, if this bill passes the Senate, it would put caps on graduate student loans, which would have a huge effect on students here at WSU's Spokane campus. Without any changes, the bill would also eliminate subsidized loans, and it would make changes to the Pell Grant program.
It takes away the risk from the federal government and puts it back initially onto the specific institution.
The WSU Board of Regents is worried about the impacts the Big Beautiful Bill could have on its students if it's passed. Eliminating certain types of student loans and capping graduate loans would incentivize universities to admit higher income students. The Board of Regents is also worried about the changes the bill will make to Medicaid.
We could lose over $2 billion in federal Medicaid funding over the next 4 years, and that can not only impact individuals, but rural hospitals and nursing homes.
Local Representative Michael Baumgartner helped pass the bill, but there's been fierce opposition from local caregivers and healthcare workers about his vote. He believes Medicaid reform is needed, starting with reduced spending on it through the Big Beautiful Bill.
It certainly will always have touched Medicaid. There will still be, with the reforms, more money spent on Medicaid next year than there is this year. But Medicaid is a poorly designed program.
Baumgartner says he believes in investing more in telemedicine and producing more doctors and nurses from local universities. He hopes to continue to support universities like WSU and others in Eastern Washington in order to do that. There is $1.25 billion in the Big Beautiful Bill for the Research Facilities Act if it passes, and that would provide funding for infrastructure projects at land-grant universities like WSU. Both the Board of Regents here and Representative Baumgartner are pleased that's been included in the current bill. Live in downtown Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.